Hello everyone, Firemac here, and welcome back to the Shadowbringers story recap streams for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Firemac. It's no longer such a mouthful, but it's there. Yeah, so we're back. So what's up? How's it going, everybody? It's a new stream. It's getting real close to Endwalker's early access, but I think I can do this. I just gotta keep pushing. I gotta keep pushing. Alright. So we're just gonna continue where we left off. We just beaten Titania, and we're moving on. Thancred wishes to have a word with you, with the hero of the hour. I knew you could do it, and not only because of your blessing, you have a strength all your own, and it has seen us through many a trial. With the warden defeated, I believe our work here is done. It is time we were going together, needless to say. To the better end, the fate of our two worlds being at stake on all that. Now then, I suggest we hurry back to Crystarium. Much and more may have happened while we were frolicking with the Fey folk. That Ranjit elected to pursue us makes me hopeful the city was spared Yulmor's attentions, but I would sooner see for myself. Besides, I believe I speak for us when for us all when I say that I've had a belly full of Ilmeg. Let us away before the fairies think to play with us again. So, okay. Crystarium time. And I actually didn't think we'd have time to go back to Crystarium. I feel like we've just been pushing and pushing with Ranjit on our butts the whole time. But we've been given a moment of reprieve. It's Alizé. Oh, and background noise will always be an issue by the way, but today should be a little easier.
All seems well at the Crystarium.
Yes. Yulmor was plainly more concerned with finding us. How flattering.
Oh, it's time we get to meet face to face with our boy here.
You certainly took your time. I had half resolved to complete the task myself.
And you are...
Were one to study the annals of Garlean history, one would find yonder visage on many a page. Though by rights its youth should long since have faded.
Well, we have a historian in our midst. That spares me a lengthy explanation. I am Solus Sos Galvus, founding father of the Garlean Empire, and under various guises, the architect of myriad other imperially inclined nations. As for my true identity, I am Emmett Selk, Asian.
Emmett Selk, yeah.
Gaius spoke of you. A native of the Source.
Equal in rank to La Habrea. And you came all this way just to introduce yourself to us.
Hey, Valentina.
Behold the sky, restored to its former glory. Have you ever seen a more affecting spectacle? Oh, it is truly, deeply infuriating. Do you have any idea how much you have delayed the rejoining?
Following the flood, the first had been listing ever further towards the light, towards stasis. The end was in sight. Enter man and his indomitable spirit. He would haul the world back from the brink. And adding his lumpen weight to the power of growth, he duly tipped the scales, if only by a fraction. Yet a fraction was enough to spoil the perfect imbalance needed to bring about a rejoining. Had mankind continued to live in idleness under Vorthri's rule, all the conditions would have been met. But you had to come and ruin it all. Thanks to your meddling, light supremacy is in doubt, and our painstakingly laid plans are in tatters!
Well, I should begin by thanking you for confirming Urianger's theories on the inner workings of the Calamity. He will be most pleased. As for what happens next, might I suggest you admit defeat and walk away?
Happy to let me go, are you? Because the murderous glint in your eye suggests otherwise. Indeed, it is enough to make me think better of confronting you alone. Look, it did cross my mind to simply side with Vorthri and kill you all. But that's no different from what La Habrea did. And we all know how well that ended for him. And so, while it is liable to be troublesome, I have settled upon a different approach. Cooperation. I will not raise a hand to hinder your hunt for the Light Wardens. If you desire it, I will even lend you my knowledge and strength.
Since time immemorial, you and yours have labored to rejoin the 13 shards, at the cost of countless lives. Do you expect us to believe that your objective has suddenly changed?
Nay, our objective is the same as it ever was. Though I dare say, you do not know our motive. A war waged without knowledge of the enemy is no war. It is mere bloodletting. Just once, might we not seek to find common ground? For good or ill, I am immortal. Provided I have the inclination, I can always begin anew, scheme and conspire to my heart's content.
Sorry, I was just making sure I didn't leave the fan on. Everything looks okay right now.
But this time I thought that I might instead try to see eye to eye, to understand what drives the hero of the source, to determine if our goals are truly incompatible. So come, shed your preconceptions. See beyond the unscrupulous villains you take us for. When all is said and done, we may find ourselves pleasantly surprised. The proud discoverers of a path of cooperation rather than opposition. Think of it.
Thou hast delivered thy proposal, and we would not dismiss it outright. If I may offer thee counsel, however, to make thy case via an illusion reflecteth poorly upon thy sincerity.
My apologies. You will forgive me if I'm not entirely at ease in the presence of a famed Ascian Slayer. I felt it only prudent to take precautions. Nonetheless, your counsel is duly noted.
I take my leave, friends. Rest assured, we shall meet again soon.
Friends. Cooperation? He can't be serious, can he? Well, we've certainly given much to ponder, but first things first, we should report to the Exarch. You can run along, Firemac. We're perfectly capable of handling this little task. In light of your recent exertions, I'd say you've earned a rest. Go on, take yourself off to bed. We'll see you later, refreshed and ready for more. Yeah, I feel like I'm making Alzing's voice too refined or something. Like I'm trying to give it just a little spice, a little bit of spice on the refined side, but it's I gotta dial it back. It's hard to find that good medium. So we're going back to Dependence. I think literally every time we go to Dependence we get a chat with Ardbert, but it could be wrong. We'll see. Ah, welcome back, sir. We've been expecting you. Yeah, this is the same crap. I'm not rereading that. He always says the same thing. I think. I'm pretty sure he said that last time. Like word for word. All the sandwiches look really good. I hope the past few days have not been overly taxing. Pray, take your rest and recover.
From the Exarch, is it? With that mirror of his, he can watch your every move, you know. He'll probably think you're talking to yourself. Still, he's keeping you well fed. Judging by his people's faith in him, he seems to be a decent sort. But so much about him remains shrouded in mystery. Like, what was he doing back in my day? There was no such person when I was around. A lot's happened since the flood, though. Since I was set adrift. I know little more than you do of this city's history in the Exarch's past. Not that it matters. It's Emmett Selk we should be concerned about. When our world was about to be consumed by light, the Ascian in white appeared before us. He said that the only way for us to live on was to bring about the rejoining.
Yeah, but why the moon? Why do you guys talk on the moon? That seems
Desperate
weird.
as we were, we heeded his words, not realizing that the flood was of the Ascian's own making. They cannot be trusted. None of them. But Emmett Selk had one thing right. One should not fight blindly. That's what we did. And it cost us everything we held dear.
Tell me about Seto.
What? What about Seto? What is that to say?
No, he didn't say the all right. Trust me, he says all
He's
right.
done some growing.
All right.
When we were traveling together, he was nowhere near as big. And he obviously couldn't speak. I had no idea how much that medallion meant to him. What about you, anyway? You must have a friend like Seto. Chocobo, perhaps? Come on, you tell me something for a change.
My boy, Toby Storm. Oh, it bugs me so much that the covers are right there at his feet. But no, we're not gonna use them. And that bed actually looks really uncomfortable. See, man, yeah, Ardbert was cool. Arbert's pretty cool. Now you know I have a little minion of him. Cause she's my little boy, ain't you? You know, you Ardbert. Yeah. A party soon divided. The manager of Sweets is in a cheerful mood. Good day to you, sir. I do hope you are well rested. The Exarch and your companions are presently gathered in the Ocular. He asks that you can convene with them at your earliest convenience. Ba-da-bum-bum-ba-dum.
Ah, there you are. You're just in time to welcome our guest.
Please. Did I not explicitly tell you that we would be meeting again soon? Lest you forget, I made you a promise. I have no intention of meddling with your mission. I come only to observe.
Your Exarch friend in particular has piqued my curiosity.
Summoning you all like that. Most impressive.
You honestly expect us to believe you've come only to observe? Or that you might deign to lift a finger to aid our cause if called upon? Even if there were a sliver of truth in your words, I would never accept your help. Not in my darkest hour. Not after all the suffering your kind has wrought.
So petty. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. Wage your war against the Sin Eaters. Put each and every Light Warden to the sword. Prove yourselves heroes, brave and true, and I will be glad to embrace you as allies. Allies worthy of bearing the burden of truth. Surely such a partnership would be preferable to yet another round of fisticuffs. And thus did the olive branch wither and die. Pity. Well, let no man say I did not try, futile as it was. Though I suspect you will seek me out when you grow tired of making the same mistakes. Difficult decisions lie ahead of you. Decisions best made with the benefit of knowledge to which only the Eternal are privy. For now, I shall resume my shadowy vigil. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's worth watching, would you?
What was that all about?
A vain attempt to make us doubt our chosen course, most like. As if we'd believe a word that passed his lips. Unless you think there is some truth in what he says.
A kernel, perhaps.
If he simply meant to lead us astray, he could have done so without revealing himself. At least, not in the manner he did. It goes without saying that an alliance with the Ascians is out of the question. But since we have no way of knowing where they might be hiding, it seems only logical to press on with our mission, even if our enemy seems content for it to succeed.
Then let us discuss the Sin Eaters. I would begin by thanking you all for your efforts thus far. In striking down the Light Wardens of Lakeland and Ilmeg, you have accomplished more in your short time here than all of our forces managed in the last century.
That may be, but the Wardens of Calusia, Amareng, and Raktika remain.
Indeed, and their precise whereabouts are as yet unknown. Which is why I propose we divide our forces and conduct a systematic survey of each region. Once we have found our quarry, we may then determine how best to proceed.
I'll take Amareng in that case. I know the lie of the land well enough.
If there are no objections, I will make for Calusia. I have connections there both in and around Yulmore that may prove useful.
Then I would ask that you journey to Raktika. There you will find Y'shtola. With her assistance, I doubt the Warden will evade your grasp for long.
Is Y'shtola the conjurer you and Uriansha used to talk about?
That's right. Though we haven't spoken much since she left for the forest.
I fear I may be to blame for that. I had every intention of relaying the news of your arrival, but she is disinclined to speak with me. You have visited her, have you not? Might I trouble you to...
'Twould be no trouble.
My thanks. While you are all out in the field, I shall be here attending to business. I had somewhat fancifully contemplated joining the search myself, but other matters demand my attention.
You're invited to Smash!
What's that?
You're going to Smash Brothers.
A missive from Lord Vorthrin. He invites me to join him in Yulmore to discuss the recent conflict at Leda Loran.
And? Did he even bother to offer any bait? It's obviously a trap.
I should be surprised if it were not. Nevertheless, I must seize this opportunity to speak with him, even if only a few words are exchanged. Though my power will be much diminished so far from the tower, it is a risk I am willing to take. Master Alphinaud, might I impose upon you to accompany me to Yulmore prior to beginning your reconnaissance? Of course. Then let us make ready. Safe travels to you all.
Before you leave, I would make a request of you. There is a church, or rather, the ruins of a church, at Fort Job. I'd like to ask that you go there before seeking out Yustola. It was a place where people once gathered to worship the light. Alas, it has long since fallen into disuse. Yet, within that hall, there remains a tablet whose writings I believe may prove of use to Yustola. At the very least, such a relic would make a suitable gift for your reunion. A most considerable proposal. Very well. Ere we depart to Ratika, we shall journey on to Fort Job that we might secure this relic. Uranje. Here, amidst these ruins, we will find the Church of the First Light. Within that hallowed hall, the tablet we seek. Time is of the essence, my friend. Let us be quick. Whoa, don't accidentally teleport here again. Uranje appears lost in thought, a little faith. At the height of Lakeland's prosperity, these sites served not as a man's final bastion, but a testament to his ingenuity and architectural prowess. The Church of the First Light was responsible for many such marvels, building majestic chapels in every corner of the realm. Alas, the flood with its inexorable tides would drown nigh everyone and did all but put an end to religion as a whole. For the creatures, when they did rise from that fulgent deluge, were seen as agents of divine punishment, sent to devour sin and sinner both. Whence came the name of Sin Eater. The people were lost, seemingly forsaken by their god. Yet there is light, there hath ever been shade, and 'twas in the dark they sought solace. The most devout of these worshippers of shadow did then migrate to the Ratika, Greatwood, but that is a tale for another time. For now, let us find what remaineth of the chapel here. Ba-da-dee-da-da-dum. Alright, so where are we going? Right above. It still wants me to go below. Oh, there's a spot down here. I didn't know it was here, or I forgot it was here. Oh my gosh. This kind of looks like that one spot in from Heaven's Ward. In that one little spot where the Ice Heart hung out at, but it's not even the same location, so it can't be. Aye, this is indeed the church we seek. It's surprisingly intact. What little is left of the church I've seen until now has always borne the scars of decades of disuse. Its subterranean construction hath done much to protect the hall from the ravages of time, yet the reason for its remarkable preservation may be deduced from its decoration. As faith in the light did wane, so rose reverence for the dark, and its followers did want for places of worship. To be plain, the standards which do adorn these walls belong not to those who built them, but to worshippers of the dark, the Knights Blessed. Also, hold on. I just want to reread what was said before, right before I started this quest. The church light was responsible for many such marvels. Blah blah blah. Okay, that's okay. And then okay. The people were lost, seemingly forsaken by their God. Yet there's light. There hath been shade, and it was in the dark that they saw. The most about. Okay, so I was just making sure if the same people of the light were the same people from the dark, and it seems like that's the case. Okay, so its followers did want for places of worship. To be plain, the standards which do adorn these walls belong not those who built them, but no worshippers of the dark, the Knights Blessed. I think I said that already. Who subsequently migrated to Raktika, yes? Indeed, 'twas beneath the shaded bogs of the rock-tickled greatwood that they finally found sanctuary. Oft and many times did Yulmore make spurious overtures of friendship unto them, but they are no fools. The Exarch knoweth full well that Yustola, in her seclusion, doth labor to learn all she may of the blessed and their past. 'Tis why she sent us here, I now see. The tablet of which he spoke no doubt provideth a glimpse into the history that she so yearneth to comprehend. Well then, we'd better hurry up and find it. Really? It's like 2 feet from where I was. Okay, it's one of these. Search the surroundings. So I'm looking for a book. Were the tablet a fragment of holy scripture, 'twould most assuredly rest here on this altar, yet this would, I presume, also have been where the blessed placed the font of seeing, used in the practice of their faith. Whither, then, would they have set the tablet? I can barely see my hand in front of my face. If only that torch were a little closer. Hold on, I'm enjoying reading what they're saying now. Can anyone tell me what this infernal tablet even looks like? Well, this looks like I'm walking forward, doesn't it? Oh, it's like literally right here. Found it! You have located the time-worn tablet! Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Lemon carcheesy. Something queasy. It's right there. Within the altar, thou sayest. Not escapeth thine eye, 'twould seem. This is indeed the tablet we seek. Curious, these engravings predate the Knights Blessed, if I am not mistaken. They are writ in the script of the ancient empire of Ronka, whose capital once stood in the midst of what is now Raktika. 'Twill be no small matter to decipher them. A fine gift for a seeker of truth. 'Tis plain the Exarch understandeth Yustola only too well. Come, let us quit this place and make ready for our journey into the woods. Ding, 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 ding. Into the dark, Udanji is ready to leave, but not before the forest is offering a piece of ice. Ere we depart, there is a custom of the Knights Blessed which I feel compelled to elucidate. Elucidate? As one might expect, they deem light to be abhorrent, and everything it touches befouled. Thus do they take the utmost pains to protect all they can from its taint, including their very names. To speak plain, it is the belief of the blessed that one's own name must never be uttered in the light of the everlasting day. Yet this commandment precludeth not the use of another's. Thus do parents protect their children and, in rare cases, masters their disciples. So it is that Yustola has taken the name of Master Matoya. Lest we offend them, I bid you speak not her true name in the Blessed's presence. With that in mind, let us speak with the guard who keepeth vigil at the great wood's border. Where's the way out? Where's the way out? Right here. Lakeland... Yeah, this whole area of Lakeland would be the Mordona territory, now that I think about it. Mir can't. Just can't, man. Just can't. Well met, traveler, what brings you here? Yes, of course, right this way. Here we go.
No matter how far he goes, man cannot resist looking back.
Oh man, if I remember those. When I get to this part in my episodes.
Untold stories and secrets of the past can be more alluring than the promise of tomorrow.
I have to name this episode Lahi. I have to name this episode Lahi.
So he braves the forests of Raktika in search of mystery and wonder.
Man, it's gonna be a while before I edit this.
Of Ronka, to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
Lahi!
We have arrived. Vast though these woods may be, they are, by and large, uninhabitable. Not so the swamps of Sidia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
Lahi! Hey, look, it's Emmett Silk. Look at the way he walks.
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule.
Forgive me. A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days.
Halcyon? That's how you're supposed to say that?
Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory of Garlemald.
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy to tell you where to stick it.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows? Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
If you really want to stay, then help us fight.
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more. Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly.
Boughs? Yeah, I was told you pronounce that as bog. But whatever.
To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
I will suffer your company if I must, but not your commentary.
Lahi! Lahi! 'Tis plain our Ascian counterpart meaneth to follow wheresoever we lead. Were it otherwise, he would not suffer the overabundance of light in these woods. Verily, it pervadeth every corner, and so long as the light warden remaineth, the Sin Eaters shall be free to prey upon these lands without surcease. If naught is done, 'tis but a matter of time before the blessed succumb. 2 years past, a swarm of Sin Eaters did lay waste unto their largest settlement, killing a great many of their priests in so doing. Though few did survive, they knew not how to go on, wayward souls in want of a guiding hand. For a mercy, Ysola hath provided that which they sorely needed. They have since endeavored to restore their home, and thither shall we bend our steps, to Fort Gone. Alright, that's enough Lahi, guys. No more Lahi. Lahi? Fort Gone, get it? 'Cause it's gone. Search for Yastola. Where be Yastola? Come hither, Yastola.
see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
I love how they say we have to go somewhere. Like, we must quit this place. Quit it.
Now, surround them!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Spaghetti, yo.
These senators, they're not like the others.
Guess we're not senators.
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak?
It's a Sin Eater trick. They mean to kill us all.
Man, how secluded are you guys? Kupo? 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 Kupo?
That will seem a lot less amusing when we are forced to kill them.
Oh, for the love of... I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives. You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so, I retire to the shade. Good luck.
There! Did you see that one disappear?
I think I preferred La Habrea.
Enough. Runard, report.
Master Matoya!
Look at you. New getup. No longer a white mage.
We apprehended them as you ordered, but... Are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
'Tis passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not? Mayhap it hath been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether. Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
First explain this other presence in your company. The one I know not.
She doesn't recognize us anymore.
There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us. Though he is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but two Light Wardens have already perished by his most puissant hand.
Puissant. Puissant. I'm gonna have to remember that one.
It cannot be.
It's been too long. Clearly.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons. Forgive us this hostile welcome. Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Raktika and its people.
It's always funny, the first thing you hear when you get here. You have been busy arriving in the first, I gather, but I would hear the tale of your travails in more suitable surroundings. One fort gone yet to be rebuilt, the Knights Blessed have made their home in settlement to the northeast. I will await you at its entrance. Follow the path through yonder gate, and you will find me soon enough. Wow, what was that voice that gave me still like? I kind of like it. Cheat a little bit, just go to the 8th rate. Then go to the entrance. There you are. I was beginning to worry. Much like the Twellswood, this forest has a way of dealing with those who stray too far from the beaten path. But I digress. Let me show you the home of the Knights Blessed.
Slitherbow is the largest of the blessed settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood.
They cover their eyes.
I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are a simple people. Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come.
Gave her the Matoya music. That's hilarious.
I see. And now you seek the Light Warden of Raktika. In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own. My work eventually led me here to the forest, which I've come to know like the back of my hand. I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Well, go on then.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronka. A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya.
Ixmaya. I'm gonna have to remember that one. Ixmaya.
Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded. Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire. Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape. Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me. Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer. While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city? Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Stola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd. But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
Damn. Damn. Thancred did not like that. Thancred mad.
He understands that I'm not the same. That I'm not her.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will. And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life. But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
A day in the neighborhood. Yustola is staring off into the distance, lost in thought. I am not indifferent to Thancred's troubles. Nevertheless, I will not apologize for holding him to a higher standard after all these years. He has ever been a man of considerable resolve, and that is what I will continue to expect, though it heartens me to know that some of us remain ourselves in spite of our present circumstances. I can imagine how Alize and Alphino have changed since arriving here in the first. Change is a part of life, we can't but hope for its change for the better. Perhaps you should be concerned with how you change. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, screw you. You don't mess with my boy Thancred. Perhaps you should be concerned with how you changed. I realize I am not how I was on the source, but I cannot say I regret the decisions that allowed me to come this far. Returning to the matter at hand, I really must begin work on deciphering this tablet. In the meantime, perhaps you should take a look about Slitherball. If there is anything you need, pray speak with Runar at the plaza. You don't miss my boy Thancred. He's going through a hard time, okay? He needs time. He's at 5 years, but he needs time, okay? I know it's been 5 years, but my boy needs time. He'll find his answer, don't you worry. Welcome, friend, welcome. My apologies for our less than hospitable greeting earlier. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail? Warrior Darkness? From the Custarium, I see. And this talent you've brought may help us find the Light Warden here in Raktika? Well, you are welcome to stay with us as long as you need. Come, help me show you around. Durr. Would it be alright if I joined you? Of course, of course! Anything for the guests of our dear Master Matoya. Thank you. She means a great deal to the Knights Blessed, doesn't she? If not for her, we may have all perished in the Great Fire. With other priests slain and our homes in ruins, we were at the mercy of the Sin Eaters. Sin Eaters, yeah, that's what I said. It was she who drove them back, and with her sage guidance, we were able to rebuild. Before long, she became a central figure in our community, a great oak within whose shadow many have come to find solace. That is not to say there were not those hesitant to grant an outsider such authority, myself included. Perhaps it is the smile in her eyes when she speaks of the sunless sea. I feel whole again. Now that as she is with us, I have no doubt that others feel the same. I think he likes her. She is as much a part of the Knights Blessed as any of us, and we are grateful for all she does in service to the dark. But did you did not hear this from me, yes? Now you should know there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere to so long as they reside within Slitherball. Bow. Bow. To show reverence to the dark? In a word, yes, but fear not, it is not too involved. Let us begin with something simple. Follow me. Should you see any of our people come to this chamber, they have likely returned from a journey beyond the borders of Raktika. We use the water stored here to cleanse ourselves of the light's impurity. A simple and perhaps peculiar custom, but it is one of our most important. Would you two kneel for just a moment, that I might rid of you of the light's impurity? Yeah, good luck with that. I got 2 light wardens worth in here, man. But we shall kneel before you. Where's my kneel emote? Do I not have a kneel emote in my quick cache here? Great, no. Okay, kneel, found it. Kneel before Zod. That sound was kind of sus. As Runar lightly sprays you with water, your skin begins to tingle. Ooh. And with that, you have been cleansed of the light's blighted touch. How do you feel? I'm not sure, to be honest, but refreshed. Exactly, but how do I feel different? But I do feel different. Has this water been treated in some way? Only blessed by our priests. They are practiced in the arcane arts. As such, it is said their prayers imbue the water with a faint dark energy. A prickling sensation? No one has ever spoken of such a reaction before. I wouldn't say it was an unpleasant sensation, but I too felt something strange. The dark aspect of this water should have no discernible effect unless... By the gods, Master Toya was right! You are Sin Eaters! I jest. What you felt was likely more than the chill of the water. Perhaps now would be a good time for you to acquaint yourselves with the people of Sliverbog. Bow. Bow bow bow. For that, I must teach you a customary greeting. Alintuta. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to type this out. I know it. In the language of the Ronka, it is one of several ways one might say good evening. The world is not as safe as it once was, and this greeting lets us quickly discern friend from foe. Is there a handshake or gesture we should know too? I would hate to offend anyone. You need not worry, merely speak the words Alintuta, and they will know you as friends of the blessed. I will await your return. Now go. They are like to be heartened by your knowledge of our ways. Alright, so likely it's just telling us what to do. The water thing might have actually been true, because the two people who had to go through that happen to be people who are filled with light. One more so than the other, but both beings with light. Well, maybe in Minfilia's case, not as bad, but definitely for us. All right, so we gotta go. Alintuta! 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 The elderly woman smiles warmly. Alintuta! Tuta tuta! Alintuta! 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 Would you like some crap, I forgot. Some Alintuta. Newly come traveler. Aline Shi. Aline Shi. And welcome to the Sliverbog. Bow. You must forgive us if we seem slightly strangely reserved. We are a quiet and taciturn people. Silent and serene as the sunless sea, the quiet makes it easy to discern the presence of eaters and other dangers here in the woods. Alintuta? Who wants some of this Alintuta? Who else? Who was about to get this Alintuta all up in their dome? Here? Nope. One more. One over. Now, Asgir, it's your turn to get some Alintuta! Alin Shisi! Welcome, friend. I take it you will remain in these woods for some time, yes? Be wary of these woods. You will find poison in near everything you see. But fear not, our medicinal tea will keep you healthy. Ask and it is yours. Awesome. Now to speak to Minfilia. Everyone was so kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but already I'm starting to feel at home. There is still much I have to learn about the Knights Blessed, but their faith and strength of will is nothing short of inspiring. I can see now how they've built such a thriving community.